We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of baseball on MLB Network. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals. Two great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Andres Dubois, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, this guy's not going to blow you away. He's a consistent major league pitcher. Look, his ERA last year a little bit over 4, but he takes the baseball. And he's the guy that's going to take his lumps, but he's going to keep coming back at you. And I think we'll probably see that kind of performance today.
In now is John Jay, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
John Jay.
Underway now on a Friday night as the first pitch of our series misses for ball 1. Harold, these Nationals as they enter play here tonight. They come in fresh off a victory last time out, but it comes on the heels of a 5-game losing streak prior to that.
Well, you got to stay positive, Matt. I mean, you look at the fact they won their last game and they broke a losing streak. So maybe that win puts them on a winning streak. I'm staying positive here.
The mercury has dipped under 50, 49 degrees here at first pitch. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now.
Well, you usually don't get the third pitch to tell you what kind of game you're going to have, but right there he missed that pitch, and I'm telling you right now, this could be an offensive game if this is the way the zone's going to be tonight.
And that's finally over for a strike.
Finally got one over. Nothing worse than starting the game with a 4-pitch walk.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Liner towards second. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
3-2 count. He gets a base hit. That's a nice hit. If you want to be the leadoff guy, work the count and then get a pitch to hit and drive it in for a base hit. Nice job.
Anthony Rendon.
In now is Anthony Rendon as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
Well, both of those balls have been inside, so if I'm hitting, I'm looking for something I can get my arms extended on. Probably won't come back inside for a third time.
Three and 0 now.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. Takes a knee-high fastball. And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Yeah, Matt, Bullard's got a pretty fair strike zone all around. He'll miss a call here and there on the black. But what umpire doesn't?
Here it is on 3-1. Line towards center field. And that's in there. Base hit.
Well, the second hitter hit the ball almost as hard as the first guy. So that's back-to-back hard contact for base hits. It looks like they came to swing it in this one.
Standing in now, Brandon Jordan. Swing and a liner, but foul. He's set. Here's the 0-1.
Nope.
And a fastball just a bit up. First and second here with nobody out. 1-2 now.
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
Working for the punch out and the offering. A little low. It's 2-2.
A number 3 hole hitter up right now. Cleanup guy on deck. 2-ball, 2-strike count. I think pitcher wants to make something happen right here.
None out. Runners at first and second. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Another 2-2 offering. Again, he sends it out of play. He's set. Here's Wing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. With that, here's the starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia Phillies. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Harold?
Well, Matt, this is one of those throwback lineups for me. I mean, you're talking about speed from top to bottom. They will bunt. They will hit and run. They'll play that small ball game and go after you. But also, you leave a guy at second and you blink, he's on third. They love to run. They're coming after you.
Now at the plate, Maikel Franco. He begins this one with the 4th best batting average in the National League. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick, because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
Well, that looked like a good pitch to hit right there. I thought he might be swinging 2-0, but that's what makes him such a good hitter. He's really zeroing in on his spot. He got the fastball he's looking for, but it wasn't in the location.
And he'll stay alive here, but just barely as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
Batting fifth, left fielder, Jose Bautista.
Striding in, Jose Bautista. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. From the stretch. Swing and a little tapper, but that one rolls foul. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. A fastball that just misses inside.
You know, there aren't many guys that could just spit on an 0-2 pitch like that. Maybe it fooled him. We won't ever know, but it worked out.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Lays off 2-2 now.
Matt, I'm looking for him to challenge him right here. You know, 2-2. You don't want to go to 3-2, have those runners on the move on that certain pitch. So 2-2 is your challenge pitch.
2 down, runners at first and second. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. The 2-2 one more time. And this is swung on and missed as the 30th pitch of this inning finally does the trick. The side is retired. Phillies leave a couple. Now it'll be Washington's turn in a scoreless ball game. Yovani Gallardo will be on the mound for the series opener. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, one thing to look out for him, Matt, is if he can avoid the big inning. It's not that big of a deal to give up a run here or there, but sometimes he can be prone to giving up 3 or 4 in an inning, and that kind of derails the whole start when that happens. Limit the damage, and he'll be just fine.
And there you see Denard Span as he gets ready to lead off the home half of inning number 1. Curveball looked at here for strike 1. These Phillies, Harold, as they enter play here tonight, they've been playing some pretty good baseball. 5-2 over their last 7.
Well, Matt, their theme song, I heard it in the clubhouse. On the road again? Yeah, they are. I mean, it was a short homestand, and now they're back out there once again playing game 1 on the road. They may as well not unpack their bags. This is a tough trip again.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. The 1-2 coming from Gallardo. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. The pitch. Reaches out for one and hits it on the ground to second. And a throw on by Zobrist gets him at first for out number 1. And a look now at the hometown Nationals starting lineup. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, I know they love what Ian Desmond brings to this offense. He's really excelled against right-handed pitching this season, hitting over 300 against them coming in. So given the matchup he's faced with here, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him make some noise at the plate.
Here's the shortstop, Ian Desmond. He's hit the ground running right out of spring training, entering this one with a batting average over 300. Pitch on the way. In there for strike 1. One out, nobody on. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Hit back toward the mound. Take out to be scored an infield single.
Well, there's a 1-out infield single. You know what? You can start a lot of rallies with 1 out. He was hustling down the line. If you're pitching, you think, golly, that was so unlucky.
Digging in, Bryce Harper. Man at first for him following the 1-out single. First pitch on its way from Gallardo. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Has a look, now the pitch. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, Matt. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. And right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters and go grab some bench.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now. And that misses, ball 1. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Nationals leave 1, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate, as he has not hit the ball well at all in the month of April. First pitch on its way. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And he misses again, 2-0.
Man, I don't know if they want any part of him. 2 pitches away. I know he's sitting 2-0 now. This will tell us a lot. Will he come in now, or will he continue to stay away?
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0. Edmund London will be next. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Smoke on the ground up the middle. Oh, and it's trouble here for Espinoza. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first. Stepping up to the plate, Edmund London. His average coming into this one is just barely over 200. So he'll be looking to turn the page on a slow start here. Here's the first pitch to him. Squared that one up just a little late. Comes set with the 0-1. And a neck-high fastball that time. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. A runner at first with no outs here. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Ben Zobrist waits on deck. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Digging in the switch hitter, Ben Zobrist. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Right over the middle, knee high.
Well, he's got himself a little bit of a jam right here, Matt. He's got 2 on, nobody out. Look, I want to get a double play ball. Just pitch the contact, get the double play here.
And a reach to his backhand side at second, but this finds a way by. Span able to get to it quickly here, so they'll hold the runner at third.
Well, that's a line drive single, but the runner's not going to score. Now, remember, with less than 2 outs, he had to freeze. Hit it a little bit too hard at the wrong guy. He'll take the hit, but no RBI.
Into the box now, Giovanni Gallardo. Hit down the line at first. Desmond for 1. Back to first, so they get the double play, but the run does come in to score.
A bases loaded. Last thing you want to do is ground into a double play, and that's just what he does. 1 run scores, but you don't get an RBI in that spot. That's a rally killer.
In now, John Jay. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. He singled to open up the ball game. Look out. 2-0 now.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
2-0 count. Here it comes. Outside. 3-0 now. Set to deliver on 3-0. Takes a high fastball for a strike. Phillies have an early 1-0 lead here in inning number 2. Too high, ball 4, and they're at the corners now with 2 away.
He could get the early hook if he can't be a little bit more precise here. That's walk number 2 of the inning, and we're only in the second.
Striding in once again, Anthony Rendon. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course here in inning number 2. Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive, but that's a foul ball.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
Now the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Ready with the 0-2. Hit on the ground out to short. There is Desmond. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
Now batting.
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. Ready for another chance. Brandon Jordan, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
Even though he let that one go, you know that's the kind of pitch he likes to take a big hack at. Not too many power hitters that don't like a stomach high fastball, so he's probably not throwing that one again.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he misses with it, 1-1.
Boy, his pitch count has really spiked here in this inning. He's up to over 50 already.
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that'll get down out there near the wall. In to score the runner from second. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. Tag is there, and he's out trying to score from first as the second run. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. On now to the bottom of the second. The Phillies lead it 3-0. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. He'll lead things off here against Giovanni Gallardo.
Salvador Perez.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike.
Well, you've been given a 3-0 lead. The last thing you want to do is have base runners on and then give up a big ball, and that 3 runs means nothing to you. So pitch around the corners, make them chase the ball, but do not walk people.
Out of play.
Oh, man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And another foul ball.
I like the pitch right there. 2-strike fastball out of the zone. See if he'll chase. I'd go even further out this time. See if he chases it again.
Another one sent foul.
Nope,
and that one stayed too low, apparently.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball is swung on and bounced to short. Bronco fields it cleanly. No problem here. 1 away.
All right, here's how the Phillies line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And in right field, Jose Bautista. You know, it's an interesting case with Bautista. He was a third baseman for most of his career. So to have to go to the outfield now and learn how to go back on balls, it took a little bit, but he can go get it. He's not a liability out there, that's for sure.
Into the box, Martin Prado. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Moving under it, Jordan makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting 7th, second baseman, Danny Espinosa.
So stepping in, Danny Espinosa. And he has not gotten off to the start he had hoped for with the bat. It's been a real struggle for him out of the gate. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And that's in there for his strike, 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
Well, that's a good pitch, but you have to get a little bit closer to the plate than that. That's that big sweeping slider. If it was a little closer, you might get a swing.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher and hitter. So, Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch for the strikeout here?
I think one of the keys, Matt.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They trail in this one 3-0. alongside Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as Michael Franco gets set to start out the inning. Here's the first pitch to him. Boy, good bite on the slider, and it just missed inside. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Turned on down the line, and that finds its way through for a base hit. The throw into second. And that is where the wheels pay off, as he's able to make it into second with a hustle double. And as you see right there, that'll push his hitting streak yet another game, as he has been on fire this month.
He's tough to get out anyway, but you put him on a streak like this, it seems like his concentration has gone to a whole nother level.
Striding into the box, Jose Bautista. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
I like that take right there. I know it's a strike, but man, they're making him work. He's been struggling early, and now they're making him work even more. You got to stay within your game plan and be patient, and I think this is a good plan right now.
Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side, as the count will move to 0-2 now. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch fouled straight back. A runner at second, nobody out. And here's a slider, strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson.
Now in the box, Wilson Ramos. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Runner at second here with 1 man out. In the dirt here. Throw goes over to third, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
As a former pitcher, I can tell you sometimes you're just going to have games that get away from you. He's been struggling all outing long, and that wild pitch puts a little salt into the wound. He just hasn't had it in this one.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hot shot on the ground is short, and that's through into left, a base hit, and now this is bobbled in left.
Well, I like the approach. The defense is playing back, and he just simply said, I put the ball in play, I'm going to pick up that run. He got the base hit as well.
London.
Into the box, Edmund London, as he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center. Span is under it, and that's the second out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first, as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
The second baseman, number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Digging in to try it again, Ben Zobrist. He reached on a single in his first try. First offering on its way. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball.
Hey, we're only in the third inning, and his pitch count is above 60. That's not being too efficient with your pitches.
The 0-1. Now ball line foul up and over the Nationals dugout. 0-2. Here it comes. And here's a ball hit in the air. Taylor coming on. And this will land foul. The 0-2 home. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. One and two. Here it comes. And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. Lifted in the air out to center field. Span is under it. And that ends the inning. Phillies get a couple of hits here, and it leads to 1 on the scoreboard. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Phillies 4 and the Nationals nothing. At the plate, Michael Taylor. And he's hoping to get things turned around here in April. Entering play with an average down in the 220s. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Jordan has it in his tracks. He's got it 1 away. Still far too early for any semblance of a race to take shape, but we'll give you a look anyways at our standings here in April. Howard Corley will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Corley.
Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a fastball just a bit high. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. A little bouncer. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
The center fielder, number 2.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
Good breaking ball there. Had him frozen. Strike 1.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2.
He has been aggressive in this inning. 0-2 on this hitter. The first 2 outs were recorded quick because he came right after the hitter. I don't think that changes right now either. He's going to continue to be aggressive to this hitter as well.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. This now is hit the second. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 8 in a row he's set down, and the side is retired. So a great half inning of work by Yovani Gallardo. His guys are up 4-0.
Your
Alec
attention,
Mulder
please.
answers the
Now
call from the
pitching for
pen
the
here in the
Nationals,
fourth as they
number
didn't get the
27,
outing they were hoping for
Alec
from their starter.
Mulder.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Giovanni Gallardo comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Giovanni Gallardo.
Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. Hits ball 1. And this is fouled at the plate. And this one's tapped fouled at home plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Seared down the first baseline. Oh, and this deflects right off him. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
Well, if you're going to bobble the ball, you have to hope it's when a guy is lumbering down the base pass. He's no speedster, so that was a good job to stay calm and make the recovery throw.
In now is John Jay. He reached on a walk in his last time up and later came around to score. He's set. Here it comes. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. The pitch. Hard hit ball to second and a leaping effort, but it's off his glove. Ready once again, Anthony Rendon. Couple of singles to his credit thus far. Before the first pitch, a check at first, and he'll get back in safely. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
And they start him with one high and away for ball 1. 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, and now let's see. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Well, when a reliever comes in a game, he always wants to make a big impression, but I don't think uncorking a wild one was what he had in mind. Sometimes it takes a reliever a little bit of time to be comfortable on the mound out there, so we'll see if he can settle in.
1 out and a runner on second base. Hey. 2-1 pitch is a cut fastball taken for strike 2. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Just got a piece up the line. That winds up foul. The 2-2 one more time. In the dirt here. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that misses ball 4. So it's first and second now with only 1 away.
I'm sure the manager is fine with that. He tried to entice him with that 3-2 pitch, but he didn't take the bait. First base was open, though, so he just needs to make a good pitch for a ground ball.
Digging in and looking for more, Brandon Jordan. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. First delivery to him on the way. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
The 1-0 pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And this is fouled back and out of play. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Span looks up. Gone! So a 3-run shot to left center. Home run number 5 on the year as this lead swells to 7-0.
This is the first home run of the game, but the bats are definitely alive for both teams tonight. There have been a ton of hits already. These pitchers might want to duck and cover if things continue this way.
Now batting, shortstop, Michael
Stepping in now, Michael Franco. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
If you're going to catch up to a high fastball like that, it's all about getting that front foot down in enough time to allow your hands to start moving forward. He was way too late there.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Takes this the other way to right, but this will hang just long enough for him to run it down in shallow right for the second out.
He got that one pretty good. It just didn't have the right launch angle to carry over the outfielder's head. Small difference where the ball hit the bat could have made all the difference.
Standing in now, Jose Bautista. 0-for-2 for him to this point. Here it comes, 1-0. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. They'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Oh, man, he just tied him up in knots right there.
Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one. But the Phillies use the long ball here, and they get 3 on this 3-run home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's the Phillies 7 and the Nationals nothing. Ready now, Ian Desmond. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
Number 20.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Tell you what, having a big lead early, sometimes that's not always the best thing. But I think what you got to do is still focus on one at bat, one pitch at a time, and not allow a big inning coming at you.
It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. Gone to lead off the inning. Solo home run that time for Ian Desmond. First home run of the campaign for him, and they're now on the board, though still well behind.
Well, when you're down a bunch of runs, you know the last thing they want to do is walk you. So right there, he picks on a good one to hit and plants it right over the wall.
Here's Bryce Harper now.
34.
As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 0-for-1 for him here in this one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Zobrist with a dive. The throw. How about that? Brock Holt is going to come in now and take over following the injury.
Now playing second base, number 31, Brock Holt.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
First baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Lays off 1-0. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. And that one stayed up a little high. The 2-0 on the way. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
3-1 now.
He's really been good this game. Around the plate, throwing strikes, hasn't walked anybody. Right now he finds himself a little bit of a hole, but he can battle back.
1 out, nobody on. Fastball too low, and that's ball 4.
Well, he loses him there, but that's just the first walk he's given up, along with a couple of hits, so his command has been pretty solid so far.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. First pitch on its way from Gallardo. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. Runners on first with 1 down. High pop up. Franco is there for it. 2 gone.
Third baseman, number 24, Martin Prado.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Martin Prado. He flew out in his last at bat. From the belt, the pitch. And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Jordan giving chase. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. 1 in the inning for the Nationals thanks to this swing by Ian Desmond. We played 4. It's now 7-1. Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. First pitch of the at-bat. Ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And this is going to be a foul ball. The pitch. And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate.
That's a nice pitch. A fastball in that jams him. And now you go back outside. You know he's got to protect inside. You go back outside to try to get the out.
And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
And the fastball easy to lay off that time. 2-2.
Seems like he's thrown everything at him, the kitchen sink, and he just fouled them off. So he tried to throw something right there and make him chase, and he didn't. So I don't know where he goes from here.
Swing and a line drive, but foul. Now another 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here.
That was the 5th foul ball in this at-bat. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. All even at 2-2. Here it is. A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's one away.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You can just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
Into the box now, Edmund London. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. A 1 pitch on its way. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Oh, 0-2. Here it comes. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
I like the pitch right there. Got it to chase a fastball out of the zone. I'd come back with it again.
Again, a 1-2. Smoke toward the hole. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit.
That was really special. You know, he was down the count, and he just said, I got to battle. He battled it through and got rewarded with the base hit the other way.
Here's Brock Holt now, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball. 1-0. First at bat of the game for him here in the 5th, as he was a late entrant into this one. Here it comes, 1-0. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
Well, there's a couple of ways to look at this. It never looks good to hit a man when your team is getting shelled. Seems a little suspicious. Then again, sooner or later, you've got to reclaim the inside part of the plate, or things can get even worse.
Digging in once again, Giovanni Gallardo. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a bunt attempt here. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Now batting, center fielder, John Jay.
Stepping in, John Jay. 2 base hits, both singles to this point. He's set, and the pitch. A high fastball is in there.
Well, he got a high strike on a fastball right there. That's pretty unusual. Usually early in the count, you're going to see a guy work down in the zone. That high fastball, usually the put-away pitch with 2 strikes. He pitched him backwards right here.
Second and third, 2 away. And this is popped high in the air toward the left side. Pronto is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. Phillies leave a couple. They're on top 7-1. Into the box now. Danny Espinosa comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Danny Espinosa.
And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at bat. It's ball 1. Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1. This is line to left. In is Batista, but this gets down, a base hit. Throw into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
He went with the slider, but the hitter wasn't fooled for a second. Gets the barrel of the bat through the zone and rips it down the line for a leadoff double.
So striding in, Michael Taylor. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way. And this is fouled back and out of play. No one out with a runner at second. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Set, and the 2-1 pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. All even at 2-2. Here it is. A ball hit hard to the left side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Well, Matt, this inning just got interesting. It's got a chance to be pretty big. You start the inning with a double. Now you get the single, and you're sitting first and third. And here they come.
Dwayne Barnhart will get an opportunity off the bench here as he'll bat with runners at the corners now, and still nobody out. Line drive to left. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
Well, I love it when guys are aggressive with the runner in scoring position. First pitch, he jumps all over it to drive in the run.
Denard Span.
Into the box, Denard Span. He gets it hard on the ground to the left. And the throw will go to second as they get the force out. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Up next for the Nationals, the shortstop.
Here's the shortstop, Ian Desmond. He's off to a fast start in this one. 2 for 2, including a home run. too low, 1-0. Here it comes, 1-0. A changeup that catches the corner for strike one.
That was a pretty good pitch on a pitch he doesn't throw very often, or I should say hasn't used in this game, that's for sure. That was a good pitch.
And he looks at one in there, 1-2.
With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout, or are you still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of it depends on the type of pitcher that you are. If you're a power pitcher, you can go ahead and ride a fastball up in the zone. But if you're a guy that induces a lot of ground balls with a sinker, I think you have to stick with that plan.
The 1-2 coming from Gallardo. Now a ball lined to the left side. But this will be a foul ball. Misses, ball 2.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Here comes the payoff pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Jay has a read on it. And he makes the play, but this should extend their lead as the runner tags from third. And the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. That makes it a 7-3 ball game.
Hey, always productive to score runs when you can, and that sacrifice fly right there drives home the second run of the inning.
Ready for another shot now. Bryce Harper. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Comes set, and the 0-1. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
Gallardo pauses. Here it is on 0-2. 2-strike pitch is chopped foul at the plate, and will do it again. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Here's a high pop-up. Holt is there, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. It's the Phillies 7 and the Nationals 3. Sheldon Colon takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 15, Sheldon Colon.
for another shot now. Anthony Rendon. A couple of singles to his credit thus far.
Anthony Rendon.
Fastball too high to start him out here. 1-0. Had him lunging at that pitch away, and it's 1-1 now.
Well, he was clearly looking for a fastball right there, and that slider got right to him and went whoop, slid to the side, and as a result, you got an ugly swing and miss.
Up high, 2-1 now. just off the inside part of the plate. It's 3-1.
Well, he needs a shutdown inning right here, and it's not starting the way he wants. He's already down in the count big time. The last thing you want to do is start the inning by walking a guy and turning the momentum back to the other team.
Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter's aboard to start the 6th.
Boy, oh boy, that's a tough one for the pitcher. He's definitely wondering, where the heck was that pitch? I think he called it high, but our strike zone says otherwise.
Brandon Jordan will stride in again, as first we flash you back to his at-bat in the 4th inning, and what a big one it was. A 3-run home run that was certainly one of the big blows in the ball game to this point. Now the Nats are going to get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
Seems like he's just lost the strike zone these last several pitches. He's got a walk, and that pitch right there, that wasn't even close.
Nobody out, runner on first. And a fastball runs a bit inside. He's down 2-0.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike. Fouled back.
Ooh, that's one he wants back right now. Man, it looked like his timing was perfect. He just didn't barrel it up.
Set to deal on 2-2. Ripped down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line.
Well, that's a nice base hit right there. And he is so close to having a cycle. He's one thing short. And the toughest one of them all, the triple. He's gonna, looks like he's going to get another at bat. Let's see if he's able to pull it off.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Michael Franco. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike 1.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike 1 becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at bat.
First and second here with nobody out. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. Ball 2.
2 strikes.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. And he indeed takes only the out at first as the runners move to second and third with 1 away now.
The batter, left fielder, Jose Bautista.
Ready for another chance. Jose Bautista. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. And there's ball 4 now, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force at the plate is in order.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Ramos.
Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1.
Boy, not a good swing there. That was really ugly. Anytime you can make a hitter look like that, you've done something special.
Did it look to you like he was guessing on the pitch?
Oh, certainly it had to be, Matt, but if he was, he obviously wasn't looking for that pitch.
Now the 0-2 pitch. And certainly no offer at that one. It's 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Hey, 2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer. If he puts somebody else on, we'll see if he can find it.
Has a look, now the pitch. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Bases are loaded here. 1 man out. And now there's ball 4 as this goes straight to the backstop.
The first baseman.
And it's times like these that a pitcher feels awfully lonely. I can see why he didn't want to be too aggressive. Last thing he wants to do is give up a grand slam to a dangerous hitter, but walking in a run is painful too. And here he is again, still with the bases loaded.
Digging in to try it again, Edmund London. He enters this at bat 1 for 2 with a walk. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1.
And when you're already down 5, the last thing you want to do is fall behind in the count when you're on the mound. That's not going to do anything to help you get back into this thing.
Bases are loaded with only 1 out. There's a fastball right over the inside corner. Here's the 1-1. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Ball pulled in by Span, and here comes the runner from third. And he will score on the sacrifice fly.
Obviously, he's hoping for more up there with the bases loaded, but you can't be too upset with the sac fly.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Brock Holt. And maybe a little extra motivation for him here after being hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
Hey, you think the game plan is to pitch this guy inside? They plunked him in the first at-bat, and they're clearly coming right back in again.
The 1-0 delivery. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Line to the right side. But that's a foul ball. Ready on 1 and 2. Fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play.
Oh, that is too good a pitch to throw right there. 2 strikes, a fastball right in his wheelhouse. He missed it. He probably won't get another one like that again.
Prado on the move. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So 2 runs on just 1 lone hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Philadelphia is on top, 9-3. Striding in once again, Ryan Zimmerman. He'll have the opportunity to kick things off as we begin the home sixth. Now here's the pitch. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Jay has a read on it. One away.
Hey, this guy's not wasting any time, right? Gets a first pitch fastball, and he flies out deep on the first pitch of the inning.
Striding into the box, Salvador Perez. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Here comes the first pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Bases are empty, one man out. Now a ball hit high in the air, deep down the line and left, hooking just a little. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. Martin Prado waits on deck. Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. Holt takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out.
Third baseman, number
That's exactly
24.
what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop out. Well executed pitch there.
Martin Prado now, as he'll take a look at ball one. No hits to this point. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Gallardo gets the sign. Here it is on 2-0. Line towards center field. In is Jay, but this ball's in front of him for a base hit. So the bottom of the inning is still alive after the 2-out base hit.
2-0 count. You're looking for your pitch. He does a nice job. Got a pitch, drove it, and got the base hit to the outfield.
In now, Danny Espinoza. And he takes ball one. He's 1 for 2 in this one. One-0 count. Here it is. Fastball stays way up that time for ball two.
Now, if you've got a 6-run lead out there, there's no reason not to go right at guys. You have to keep attacking the zone.
2 out with the man at first. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Here's Gallardo now with the 2-1. A little too tall that time. 3-1 now. He's set. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a liner. But this is going to get foul.
Full count with 2 outs now, so if he could put the ball in the gap somewhere, he could have a good shot of driving in a run because the runner at first will be in motion.
Hit hard on the ground to second, and that's through for a hit. And now he has some trouble with it in center.
Breaking his heart, Matt. Breaking his heart. You got 2 quick outs. He's thinking he's going to cruise through this thing, and now look at him. Boom, boom, base hits coming back at you. That's why you have to complete the inning.
Now a left-hander up and throwing in that Philly bullpen. Standing in now, Michael Taylor. And a ball 1-0. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. The set and the 1-0 pitch. A curveball that catches the inside corner.
Love that pitch right there, and he executed it perfectly. A big arcing curveball that starts at the batter's hip and then just bends onto the inside corner. A lot of hitters have a tendency to open up way too early, and they can't make good contact on that pitch.
In for strike 2. Two down, runners at first and second. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Nats leave a pair. Still way back. It's 9-3. Back here at Nationals Park. It's on to the 7th inning now with the Phillies out in front, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings so far. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Eric O'Flaherty will come on to pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here. Shane Cruz will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch. Adrian Beltre has grabbed the bat now, so it appears he'll hit for the pitcher Gallardo. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but a foul ball here. 0-1. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
He's clearly looking on the outside half right there. The check swing means he recognized that ball pretty good.
Here's the 1-1 now to Beltre. And he misses. 2-1. And a hard sinker there. Chopped foul at home plate. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2. Pitch on the way. Now Beltre swings and lifts a high fly ball out to deep left field. Nearly a big fly to start the inning instead of foul ball.
Well, he saw that ball pretty good. Too bad he couldn't keep it fair.
The 3-2 one more time. Swing and a high pop-up. Could be tough back behind third. And the move to the pinch hitter will not pan out as that's taken in for the first out.
Now batting, center fielder, John Jay.
In now is John Jay. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Nope.
And that slider's almost in the dirt. And the pitch. Swing and a liner. Leaps high as he makes the catch. Well done.
Super play right there from the shortstop. Talk about showing off those hops. This was destined to be a base hit into the outfield.
In now is Anthony Rendon, as it's grounded sharply to first. A flip to the pitcher covering, as that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia, but they lead it by a margin of 9-3. Woody Swanson enters from the pen to begin the frame with a sizable lead with which to work.
Woody Swanson.
Stepping into the box, Shane Cruz. He's newly entered into the ball game, so this will be his first trip to the plate here in inning number 7. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
I'll tell you what, right there, Matt, that's a sign of a guy that was sitting on an off-speed pitch. He threw that fastball right by him.
Ooh, he saws him off with that one. Foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a flare out toward right center. Holt onto the grass. Makes the play, 1 away.
The center fielder, number 2, Denard Span.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. And a fastball just a bit up. Hit out towards second. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Good pitch right there to run the 2-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball as the result.
Here's the shortstop, Ian Desmond. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Holt ranging into shallow right. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Nationals gone in order. Still way back. It's 9-3. Ready once again, Brandon Jordan. And he's got a shot at history here, but he'll need a triple to complete the cycle. Into the windup and the pitch. This is foul right side. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he can't get out of the way there. So the leadoff man will be aboard to open up the inning.
Oh, that was a big mistake right there. This guy might be their best base stealing threat in the lineup. So now he's got a chance to move into scoring position without even putting the ball into play.
Into the box now, Michael Franco. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. One 1-0 pitch on the way. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low.
Well, you clearly have a guy scuffling right now on the mound. Look, he hit the last batter, and then he's falling behind here. As a hitter, you just got to sit there and look for one specific pitch before you swing.
Two and 0 count. Here it comes. Drilled right back up the middle. That's through. He's got a base hit, his second in this one. 2 for 5 now.
Another hit, another multi-hit game. He has been on some kind of hot streak. They better start paying attention to him.
Jose Bautista.
Into the box, Jose Bautista. As he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Prado backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
Now batting, catcher, Wilson Ramos.
Digging in once again, Wilson Ramos. He's 2 for 3 thus far. First pitch on its way. Ball 1. First and second now, 1 man out. And that's right there, and we're even at 1.
Matt, here we are, double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that sinker. Maybe get a ground ball and get 2, right? But he comes with the fastball right there. Now nobody knows what to see. This is going to be an interesting at bat.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Heavy sinker just stayed inside. The 2-1 pitch. And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Sinker. 3-2 now. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. A little tapper. And indeed, he'll not even try as he goes to first, and that means 2 men are in scoring position now with 2 away.
Now batting, first baseman, Edmund
So
London.
coming to the plate, Edmund London. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch of the at-bat. Line drive to center field. That's in there. Base hit. And the runner from third crosses the plate. And the second run will score as well.
Well, you just keep adding on. That's how you win games, and he's a big part of it right here. That's his 3rd RBI, and they extend the lead in this ball game.
Cole.
Here's Brock Holt now. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. And he hasn't quite had the same fortune at the plate as many of his teammates. No hits for him so far. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
This inning really feels like it's getting away from him out there. As a reliever, you can't let that happen. Nothing you can do about what's already happened, and it's only going to get worse if you're not focusing on the guy in the batter's box.
The 2-0 on the way. 3-0 now.
And when you're already down by a bunch, This is where a guy's got to take some responsibility out there and at least start throwing some strikes.
A runner on first with 2 away. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. He's set. Here's the 3-1. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Slice down the left side, but foul. He's set, and the payoff pitch. Line to the right side. But this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Phillies 11 and the Nationals 3. Here's Bryce Harper now. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Fielder, Bryce Harper.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Oh, what a pitch to start the at-bat there. It's 0-1.
Well, that's not a good pitch for him to hit. Look, this fella's got so much power, but you got to bring the pitch into the zone. Chasing that one there, right there, I'd go back and throw it to him again.
Right back at him, but I think it got his glove. But he is able to recover as he gets the out at first. 1 away now.
Now batting, first baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. And that misses for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Pitch saws him off as this one's lifted in the air. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2.
13, Salvador Perez.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. Only 4 outs remaining for them to try and rally back in this one. And he lays off there. 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. On a big swing, and he crushes this ball deep. My goodness, a long home run. A solo shot here to left. First home run of the campaign for him, but they still face a 7-run deficit. What a blast that was. So here it is again, accompanied by show track. Great exit velocity, and the projected distance comes back at over 470 feet. An impressive thing to watch when it happened, and even more impressive to quantify with the numbers.
Third baseman,
In
number
now,
24.
Martin Prado.
Martin.
She'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The windup and the 0-1. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. A high fastball is in there.
Oh, he reached back and challenged him right there. I like that. Early in the count. Here it is, big fella. I know you're a good hitter, but I'm coming right after you.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. On the ground up the middle. Franco has it. throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So it's 1 run on 1 base hit, the home run, no errors, and no one left. 9th inning coming up. It's the Phillies 11 and the Nationals 4. Back now with baseball on MLB Network from the nation's capital, just down the street from the Capitol building. We are set for what remains in this one. Chris Warner will come on to pitch here, and he'll move into the number 5 spot in the lineup now on the double switch.
Number 65.
Kelvin Fountain is also into the ball game as he'll hit in the number 8 spot here. Drew Stubbs will try to get his club a little 9th inning insurance as he'll grab a bat to pinch hit, leading things off here. Now a swing and a fly ball. Harper coming on, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single.
John Jay.
At the plate, John Jay. On the night, he's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. First pitch on its way. And here's a ball hit in the air. Cruz is after it. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting, third baseman, Anthony Rendon.
Into the box now, Anthony Rendon. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
Has a look, now the pitch. And he takes a cold strike 1.
That curveball just frozen. That's one of those big curveballs you're expecting to go start at you like this one did and break all the way down to the bottom of the plate. But this one didn't get that big break away, and it froze it.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this one's in the dirt. Runner holds as the count moves to 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Bat explodes as this has popped up. Espinoza is there for it. 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder, Brandon Jordan.
Now at the plate, Brandon Jordan. And he's got a shot at history here, but he'll need a triple to complete the cycle. First pitch on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. The 0-1 hit down the third baseline. And this gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Yeah, and the pitcher's got to wonder what he has to do to get it past this guy. That pitch was off the plate, but he shows great reach, gets good extension, and drives it for a 2-bagger.
Stepping in now, Michael Franco, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game here. 1-0 pitch on the way. Takes a high fastball for a strike. Runners at second and third with 2 gone. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. There's a foul ball off to the right side, and that'll move the count to 1-2.
That's a nice job of staying alive. A 2-strike breaking ball just out of the zone. He was able to put enough on it to get another pitch.
High in the air out to center field. Span is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. Phillies leave a couple. They lead it, though, 11-4. Marco Estrada, and he'll have a huge lead to work with.
Marco Estrada.
Digging in, Danny Espinosa, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
First pitch is a changeup for a called strike.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base. So I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
And a curveball taken for strike 2.
Wow, not sure what you're looking for right there, but that one was pretty much middle center cut. Tough pitch to take.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Ready on 1-2. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And could this be the start? It's a long way back, but the leadoff man is on base to start their final set of at-bats.
That's an excellent at-bat right there. Fell behind early 1-2. Didn't panic or start chasing pitches out of the zone. He's able to lay off 3 pitches in a row, and he's standing on first with no outs. That's a great job.
Now some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there. Into the box now, Kelvin Fountain, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. A 1 pitch on its way. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
You know, I think that off-speed pitch fooled him a little bit, but not enough. He was able to hold back.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a hot shot towards the hole. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So striding forward now, Shane Cruz. He's 0 for 1 thus far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. A fastball down near the shoe tops. Here comes the 1-0. 2-0.
Well, on the mound, he hasn't looked comfortable since the moment he came in out of the pen. Just not fluid with his delivery at all.
In there, 2-1.
Love the pitch call there. 2-0. You know the guy's geared up for a fastball, and you drop a changeup in the zone. That's going to be a tough pitch to handle.
None out, runners at first and second. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
The center fielder, number 2, Denard Span.
Now to the plate, Denard Span, struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. First pitch coming. Here it is. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1. Has a look. Now the pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate, though.
First and second now, 1 man out. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
In front of the changeup there as this is chopped foul at home plate. Ready with another 2-2. Grounded up the first baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2.
That is the 4th foul ball of this AB right here. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Another try at 2-2. Now a ball lined to the right side. But this is speared by the first baseman.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ian Desmond.
Here's the shortstop, Ian Desmond. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And a fastball just misses for ball 1. One 0 count. Here it is. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. 1-1. Here it is. Swing and a liner. Foul. In the dirt. Throw to third. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Well, you live by the sword, you die by it too. He went with an off-speed pitch down in the zone, and that's the risk you take there. The catcher can't come up with it, and 2 runners advance. Now they're both into scoring position.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Line hard to the left side. Foul. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. And again, he's unable to keep it fair, but he's putting together quite a battle at the plate.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Grounder down the line at third, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2.
That's 4 foul balls in a row. He's battling, no doubt.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Hot shot down the line. And he tries to get to the backhand, but it gets on by. In to score, the runner from third. And the second run will score as well.
No runs are scored in the inning. You got 2 strikes on the hitter, 2 outs, and you feel like you're going to get out of this thing. You're 1 pitch away, and the pitch ends up being a base hit to drive into. He's got to be so frustrated by that.
Here's Bryce Harper now as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Not close. It's 2-0.
Well, you have to have a lot of confidence and composure to pitch effectively, and right now I'm just not seeing it. He looks kind of rattled out there to me.
A strike, and it's 2-1.
He might want that pitch back up and away. That's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
2 out with the man at first. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a ball sliced foul into the seats down the left field line. Here's another 2-2. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he'll make the final out to put an end to this one, and the Phillies have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get one of the next 2, the series is theirs.
11-6 the final score in this ball game. The Philadelphia Phillies get the win after banging out 16 total hits. Giovanni Gallardo takes the win on the mound, his second of the year. Andres Dubois worked only 3 innings in the losing effort. So that just about does it for Harold Reynolds. The